Life would be boring if everyone and everything looked the same. Most of the time, it's the differences in our physical appearance that make us unique and interesting. Take the case of vitiligo, for example. Technically, it's a disease, and a rare and unusual one at that, in which patches of skin lose their pigment. But despite the odd way it looks, it's completely harmless. Thankfully, people aren't the only ones who are showing off their vitiligo proudly. Just take a look at these 10 amazing animals. Vitiligo is a rare skin condition that affects both humans and animals. If you've ever seen an animal who looks like this cat below, then you know how this skin condition can affect animals. It's definitely different than how it affects people. Vitiligo causes large patches of skin to lose its pigment. In human beings, it can manifest as two different colors of skin. That's the same with animals, except that animals usually have fur covering their skin. Patches of this fur are colored differently than the rest. Vitiligo is most commonly found on wrists, hands, and faces. Or if you're a giraffe, apparently it's most commonly found on your neck. Isn't there something extra majestic about what the condition does to this animal's appearance? How the disease comes out is generally unknown, and while the way it manifests is unusual, it doesn't cause any harm to the animals. Check out the sweet expression on the face of this pooch. Somebody needs a treat. Some may be more susceptible to vitiligo due to genetic and environmental factors that cause the immune system to attack the skin pigment cells. But if that's bothering this pooch, you certainly can't tell. Vitiligo has no known cure, although it's recommended that humans with the condition use sunscreen to protect their skin. Animals, of course, don't need to do anything, unless they're born without any fur at all to protect them. There have been a number of famous people with vitiligo over time. Perhaps the most famous case is that of late pop star Michael Jackson. Jackson claimed to suffer from the condition, though some speculated he used it as a cover for his extensive plastic surgery. That means that about 50 million people have it worldwide. On people, it can be difficult to miss. But because so many species naturally have different colored fur, it can be a little bit harder to spot on animals. In the United States alone, about 2 to 5 million people have vitiligo. While they are all probably very cool people, we have it on good authority that none of them look as desperate for a good cuddle as this little guy with the condition. Vitiligo is less noticeable in animals with lighter skin, or in this case, fur. If you were to come up on this cat sunning itself on these porch steps, you would think he was no different from any other sun-loving feline. It's important to remember that while vitiligo is technically considered a disease, it's not medically dangerous. There's no reason to look at the people or animals with this condition any differently. Share these fascinating photos with your friends below.